Stars 2 H.J.S. Lee, staff photographer. New Dallas Stars head coach Jim Montgomery, center, chief executive officer Jim Lights, left, and general manager Jim Nill pose for a photograph during a press conference at American Airlines Center in Dallas, Friday, May 4, 2018. J.S. Lee, The Dallas Morning News by SportsDayDFW.com. At SportsDay DFW, New Stars head coach Jim Montgomery joined Lachlan O'Sullivan on the Power Play on Sirius XM NHL Radio to talk about what he brings to the team heading into his first. Here are some of the highlights. On his coaching structure, Montgomery, I'm a big fan of Ken Hitchcock and his structure, and I just do his teams, and there's a reason that helps being so successful and makes the playoffs so many years in a row as a head coach in the National Hockey League. But I also like to study different coaches all around, and I steal a little bit from everybody. And I think, the biggest strength you'll see of my teams is we're relentless when we don't have the puck, because we want to get it back, but when we do get it, we really value it, and we're always going to know our outs, whether we have time or whether we have space with the puck. If we don't have time and space, we're going to know where we need to put it, because somebody's going to that area so we can maintain possession. It's not always about making plays when you have the puck, it's about managing it and knowing that you have support to certain areas. How much he thinks about last Montgomery, when we're looking at going into next year, the Dallas Stars weren't far off. They are a really good hockey team already, and to finish 3 points outside the playoffs, you are right, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. We're just going to tweak it a little bit, we're going to try and be a little quicker to offense, and we're going to try to make sure we're taking availability of time and space and bringing speed to that area. If you look at Pittsburgh, with the success they've had, is people are going to areas before the puck is actually on their tape, and they know where their support is coming from when they get it. The ability to play fast doesn't mean you actually have to be fast, it's that you all have to be on the same page and your anticipatory skills have to be high-end. Why are the Stars the right fit for you, Jim Montgomery? You look at the Dallas Stars roster, it's loaded with young talent. They're walking into their window, their prime years, and then you couple that with the people that I'm going to get to work with and for every day. Jim Nill blew me away with his vision of how HES building it and how HES going to execute his plan, and it was something that I just wanted to be a part of. New Stars coach Jim Montgomery likes to preach the process. Thoughts on coaching in the NHL? Montgomery, I want everyone to be a good teammate, and I want everybody to respect each other. And I think if we start there, then when I talk to them about different roles and understanding, I know what it's like to not play for 2 weeks and then get in the lineup and have to help the team and how important that is. But I also know from my lesser leagues where I was, go to players, of what it's like to be responsible and make sure you're doing the right things and leading by example, and how important it is for a player like a Tyler Seguin and Jamie Benn and Alexander Radulov to lead by example. Make sure they're on the right side of the pucks, to make sure that they're keeping their shifts short, because it has a profound effect on the group. On reaching out to veteran players, Montgomery, I'm going to go sit with Jim Nill and we're going to go lay out a plan, and I'm going to start all that. I can't wait to get to know the players, I can't wait to get to know them as people. And I can worry about how we're going to get better as a team in August and September, but I've got to know their families, their wives' names and their children's names, and where they're spending their summer and what's their plan of action to get better for next year and to help us, the Dallas Stars, get back in the playoffs. For the interview, click here.